Welcome to another video. Today is a little bit different. This is my girlfriend CJ, and we are going to talk about Diablo 3. That's a 2. Alright, so I thought it'd be different for... Normally I do a retrospective, and we're both gonna do a retrospective because... How many times have you beaten the game, CJ?
27.
Very funny. She's beaten the game multiple times. It's the first video game I actually saw her completely absorb herself into, and just... If she was stuck on an island and she could only play one video game for the rest of her life, it would be Diablo 3.
Yes.
Right? So...
Pretty much.
Normally... when we play the game, lately when we've been playing the game, we do the adventure mode because you can do bounties and get better gear or find the crazy, happy, fun time unicorn land of darkness where you can impale unicorns, teddy bears, clouds,
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Not teddy bears.
Leprechauns. Happiness everywhere.
Rainbows.
Nothing like ripping through a unicorn and seeing all its bones left over.
That's fine.
So what is your favorite class to use? After us also having the Necromancer pack. Who is your favorite character to use while playing Diablo 3?
You suck.
Well,
I like them all.
Well, when you create a new character, which one do you normally flock to first?
The Witch Doctor.
What are some of your, when you're going through and playing, what are some of the powers that you normally stick to? Because I know you're not a big fan of the poison darts.
The Voodoo Golem. The spiders. And zombie dogs.
So why don't you describe, like, what, for somebody who hasn't played Diablo before, what does the voodoo doll do? What does the zombie dogs do when you're playing?
They're like your minions. You summon them and then they're with you until they die, and then you could summon them again. And the zombie dogs, just depending on what type of zombie dog you have different levels. I think I like the acid ones the best.
Yeah, I like that.
Because they actually attack the enemies, and they also, after when they're done like scratching them or whatever, it gives them poison, so it slowly kills them then too. Another one that I do like is the acid cloud.
Oh yeah, that one's cool. Okay.
It's like this big huge face throwing up acid on your enemies. It's pretty disgusting, but it works. Pretty effective.
Yeah, she normally goes for the Witch Doctor. I normally go for the Barbarian or the Marauder because I don't like being a character in the background. I am tank through and through. I will just go up there and try and cause the most damage and try and kill the most amount of people, and Barbarian I can just fucking destroy everything at. I'm very good with the Barbarian. So what is your thoughts on the Necromancer pack that we got?
So far so good. I haven't played it much, so far so good. They have different powers I've never seen before, where they actually go back to like Diablo 2, where they actually, you could summon up till I think like 9
skeletons.
9 skeletons. The mage skeletons aren't so good because you can only have one at a time. I'm not quite sure if you could get more later on because I haven't got that far, like I said.
I think the only drawback for me for the Necromancer is I used to play Diablo 2, and I played Diablo 2 for like 13 years. In Diablo 2 you could have as many skeletons, mages, golems as you want. In this one it makes you choose between a skeleton, a mage, or a golem, and to me you shouldn't have to choose. You should be able to. But they brought back my favorite Necromancer power, which is the Bone Spear. The Bone Spear is just, as
Is that the one that I like to use?
Yeah, it's the one that shoots across the screen and just goes through everybody. And
so for the Necromancer, they actually like leave carcasses. If you guys have played Diablo 3 before, it's usually just skeletons that they leave behind after you kill enemies. But now they leave these rotting carcasses.
That look like hearts.
Sometimes.
Most of the time they look like hearts from the body.
The Necromancer can actually get the bones out of the carcass and shoot them across the screen at whatever enemy it wants to. And that causes a lot of damage if you have a lot of carcasses.
And if you don't, it's fucked.
And then that power's not worth your time. Because if you don't have it, you can't use it. So,
what do you think about them making it where the Necromancer's main weapon that it shows up as an animation on screen is a scythe? Because in Diablo 2 it wasn't a scythe. And this one
was it?
It was just whatever weapon you were carrying, whether it was a crystal sword. Also in Diablo 2 you could have bone shields, which are all made out of shields, and you had wands.
You can have bone shield in this one, but you have, I think it's like, takes away one of the other powers.
Yeah, it was just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
You could buy, you could make it
well,
where...
Diablo 2, you could, even with all the other ones, you could do more powers.
And Diablo 2 had more customization.
Diablo 3, you could only do one power in each section. Diablo 2, you could do as many as you want, as long as you had the space for it on your computer.
You just hit the S button, and then you could switch it to whatever. What about the monk?
The monk, I need to play it again.
Every time I play the monk, like, I can't figure out what powers are best, and it seems like most of the powers are martial arts, which makes me think the monk, all it is the assassin merged with the rogue from Diablo 2.
Yeah.
They merged the two classes.
Yeah, the monk, I haven't played it much. I tried once. I didn't like it very much because I'm into the magical powers.
Yeah, it's kind of... I think the monk is very weak, and I think the other character that's pretty weak, unless you can have the right equipment, the right gear, the right powers, is the wizard.
Yeah, so the wizard and the witch doctor, and, well, the monk is more of a tank-ish.
Yeah,
because you have to be up close to hit people for the monk. The witch doctor and wizard, they could be tanked, but it takes a while to get them to that point. If you just jump in and think you can go run up and attack your enemies by being the witch or wizard, you're gonna die.
The Crusaders know their tank.
Yeah.
Because the Crusader's just a glorified paladin.
Yeah.
But
like when I play by myself, like on the thing, those two I normally play all the time, the wizard and the witch doctor.
Crusader or Marauder.
So I know that I could be like right up there on the enemy line, like right up front, like with all the Crusaders and barbarians and all this stuff. But it takes a while to get there. Because if I just jumped right out of the gate and went right up to one of them,
you wouldn't be able to.
With my little dinky little dart.
I tried that with the Necromancer. I fucking got stomped.
I'm gonna die because it takes like 500 darts to kill one thing when you first start out.
I will say, in my opinion, the most underrated character in the whole game, that once you get that character to like level 40...
Barbarian?
No, once you get the character to... No, Barbarian can be overkill once you get to 20, but once you get to level 40, the Demon Hunter can fucking slaughter everything.
Yeah.
Because the Demon Hunter has
the
traps, shadows, it has the bolas, which spin around the body and cause stun, and then you also have Rapid Fire, which Rapid Fire is the most powerful weapon in the whole game. Yeah. If you get the right rune on it, it's really good. So what are your opinion on the fact that literally you can complete the whole, if you're going through the whole story and not doing all this, because there's not a lot of side quests, if you're not doing what we normally do, which is go to every level nook and cranny, if you don't do that, that you can literally beat Diablo 3 in like less than 10 hours. which for an action RPG is extremely short.
I don't like that. I would like it, even if they extended the story more.
Or put more filler into the story.
Yeah, something, because Act 1 is so long. Act 2, is that with the desert?
Act 2 is the desert. Act 2
which
sucks.
I hate. Like, the desert, I don't know why, I just hate it.
Act 2 and Act 3 are garbage.
The Act 2, I honestly, like, hate it.
Act 3 is where you have to go find all the pieces to that, the ghost guy's shit, and you have to go and try and find all the crap.
I'd rather do that one than Act 2, though.
Act 4, though, is fucking awesome.
I wish that there was more in Act 4.
The one where you're, like, all through the freaking war zone?
Yeah, I wish that there was more things to do in the war zone, and the same thing with the Heaven.
Heaven one's short.
It's, like, less than 20 minutes. Like, you go through, you kill Diablo, and Diablo, she is, like, weak. Like, seriously weak.
That's the weirdest thing for me in the game is called Diablo. And from somebody who's been playing Diablo since like 1996, Diablo 1, Diablo is a fucking beast. And I've only beaten the original Diablo game once. Diablo 2, Diablo, before they did the expansion and Baal was the final boss, Diablo was a big fucking giant dinosaur that could kill you in 2 hits if you weren't playing it right. Diablo 3, you don't even try that hard on any difficulty and you could destroy him. Malik is freaking... Or Malif is...
He's hard.
He's a fucking bitch. Like, even the Skeleton King is harder than Diablo.
Yeah.
But Act 1 has, like, so many false villains, false bosses. Because you fight this boss, you fight this boss, you fight this boss.
I think you fight, like, 3 before you actually get to the main boss.
Which...
Like, mini bosses.
I will say, the boss in the first act is really, really hard.
That's
the Butcher.
The Butcher.
The Butcher can fuck your day up.
I like the Butcher.
If you're playing... Well, the Butcher was in Diablo 1, and they brought him back for Diablo 3. But if you're actually playing, and you're playing by yourself, he's not easy. When he can fucking pull you through the chains, through the fire, and just fuck your ass up. Even if you have the followers, which the followers is something really cool that's in there, because you got the Templar, which can heal you. You have the Enchantress, who is magic. You got the Scoundrel, who's all ranged because he has a crossbow. So based on what your play style is, I normally use the Templar because you can fucking heal my ass when I'm
dying.
I also like that magic chick that's in Act 2. Magadel? So, she's the one that fucking kills Cain. And they break the sword up. The Hordic sword. And you fight her, like, in the middle of...
Oh, the butterfly chick.
Yeah, the butterfly chick. And then one of the dumbest battles in the whole thing is where you have to fight the fake emperor. And he's, like, on a balcony. And... All you have to do is keep hitting him. And you get, every time we play, there's massive health everywhere. So if there's massive health everywhere, are you really worried about dying?
Yes.
There's just...
Absolutely.
Like, it's funner when you play adventure mode, because it gives you... There's more in the game. So you can go to, do the bounties, and then you go through the rifts. And then we found this out like 6 months ago, that there's like 30 levels of the rifts, and the rifts just keep getting harder and harder, but that's where all the really cool loot is. And I'm kind of
loot-aholic.
I'm trying to figure out there's a term for it. There's people that, they play Diablo, and the only reason they play Diablo is for better loot. So I want better armor, better weapons.
So you're a looter?
Yeah, I'm a looter. What do you think of the expansion? The Reaper of Souls. Putting that on there, because that to me is just kind of,
there's not enough in there.
It doesn't feel like Diablo. It feels like a supernatural story thrown on the end of it.
Yeah.
Because people get turned into ghouls and ghosts, and then you have to go through graveyards, and at one point you have to like dig through like body parts to get those orbs when you're fighting that boss in there.
I like that.
I know, but to me, it's like it doesn't really scream Diablo, and I think all it was padding on the game, because I know that there could be more in the game, but the mechanics are just right, and I know the game came out in 2012 or 2013, and since 2013, people have been trying to make Diablo killers, and
which hasn't happened.
The closest that there is to a Diablo killer is Path of Exile. Which, if you want to know about that, you can check out my other videos that are on here. Because there's a lot of Path of Exile on this channel. But even in Diablo 3, you can do the cosmetic shit, which she never does. I spend my gold for the cosmetic stuff on there.
Yes, you do.
I spend a lot of money on
I want to see what my character looks like before all that, because sometimes it looks freaking badass, and other times you look like Jubilee.
Yeah. So if you're also interested in us, when we're playing Diablo 3 from a year ago, there's like 3 videos of us playing Diablo 3. We only got halfway through the game, but real soon we're going to do an updated playthrough, because we were playing on the Xbox 360 at that time, and now playing on the Xbox One is a lot better. It's a lot smoother, the animations are better, and there's more items in the game, and you'll be able to see us play. So, this is just our talking about Diablo 3, which is her all-time favorite video game. So, hopefully you see more of her on the channel soon. We'll see what happens. So this is Chucky, and this is
Kaja,
and
CJ,
and I will always see you in your dreams.